What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Modern Philosopher. I know I haven't posted in a while. I've been busy with some stuff, but I'm back now. So, guys, as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Drop a comment just to let me know your thoughts and opinions on the topic. And as always, share it with your friends and family because I think it's important we help each other figure out the answers to life's biggest questions. Today, I want to talk to you guys about how to receive love. I think this is one of the biggest things that is an issue when it comes to our interactions with other people. And I don't think I've actually ever heard this topic being talked about, at least not enough, not in particular, as much as giving love or loving other people, right? So there's two sides to every situation, every interaction, right? So when someone loves you, right, they're giving, right? They're giving you their time, their effort, their money, their peace of mind, whatever it is that they're giving it to you. But in order for you to receive it, you first have to accept it, right? And I think a lot of us, the reason why we feel like we are not loved or we feel like no one really likes us is because we're refusing the love that people have to give to us, right? And let me kind of demonstrate this, right? So I, at my job, every once in a while, I'll get some customers that say, hey, do you want a bottle of water? It's hot outside. We see that you're working in the sun. Do you want a bottle of water or something that's cold? And sometimes I'll say yes. Sometimes I'll say no. It just depends on how I'm really feeling, right? But in the situation, right, I see that these customers understand that there is a need. And the need is that it's hot outside and they have a bottle of water they can offer me, and therefore they offer it to me, right? So when I accept it, right, I am refreshed. I get the water that I need. When I refuse it, I am not refreshed. I don't get the water that I need. So with love, it kind of works the same way. The Bible talks about love and defines it as charity. The Bible calls love charity. Now, depending on which translation you go with, it might be love, it might be charity. But, as in the King James Version, it calls it charity. And charity is giving. So when you love someone, you give. It doesn't really matter what you give. It's the fact that you give to them. And it kind of has to be a little sacrificial, right? So you either give them a little bit of your money, you give them a little bit of your time, you give them something that is yours, but you give it out of the kindness of your own heart because you love them and you want to see them either succeed or you don't want to see them fall down, right? So when you love someone, you give to them. But if they do not accept what it is that you have to give, right, then they won't feel that love. They won't get to experience it. And I think a lot of us are not really experiencing love because we're refusing it. And I think the reason why is because it doesn't fit with what we think love has to be, or it's not as grandiose as we imagine it to be. And oftentimes our imaginations rarely match up with reality. People only have so much to give, right? People can only express themselves in certain ways, and depending on the person, depends on the expression. So you won't get the same type of love from every person. You're not going to go to one person and they say, hey, what? I love you so much. I'm going to give you $1,000. And you go to the next person expecting the same thing. It's not going to work out. So you have to be able to see and understand that when someone gives to you, if they can give to you and they choose to give to you, right? You have to understand that sometimes they're doing that out of love. And maybe it's not your idea of what you want it to be. Maybe it's not, as big as you would like it to be. But they are choosing to love you. They are choosing to give to you. And if you refuse that, then in that moment, you're also refusing the love that somebody is giving you. And this is very important in relationships because I think so many of us, when we get into relationships with people, we have this idea of, hey, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you don't love me. Matter of fact, it's one of the biggest ways that people manipulate each other, which is saying, hey, if you don't do X, Y, and Z for me, you don't love me. The reality is, if you don't understand when someone is giving to you or they're choosing to, do something for you, right? They're giving you their time, their effort, their money. Just because it's not as big as you want it to be does not necessarily mean that it is not love. It's expressed differently because this is a different person, right? Now, I also am not too, what's the word I want to say? I guess for lack of a better term, I'm not too bold to say that you shouldn't ask for certain things. You shouldn't ask to be loved a certain way, right? You totally should. You're you. You know how you want to be loved. You know. So you should be able to say, hey, you know what? I appreciate you doing X, Y, and Z for me. And, you know, I'm very grateful for X, Y, and Z, right? In the future, if you could do it this way or that way, or maybe to this degree, I would appreciate it even more. That is totally different than saying, hey, I don't want it because it's not as good as I imagined for it to be, right? I think if you have that kind of mindset where you're consistently refusing the love that people give you, at the end of the day, what you will have is you might have a lot of materialistic things. You might have everything that you want, but it will be without the love that you want to accompany it. You see what I'm saying? So guys, I want to encourage you to be more mindful when you're interacting with people, and pay attention when someone chooses to do something for you. Don't be so quick to turn somebody down, because everybody wants to feel love, but everybody also wants to love, and people love in different ways. And like the Bible says, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's not necessarily talking about you have to be intimately in love with this person, but sometimes it's as small as just saying, hey, listen, I see that you're in need, therefore I'm choosing to meet this need for you. Do you accept it or no? And if it's your choice, if you want to accept it. Every once in a while, like I do, it's okay to say no every once in a while if you don't need it, right? But every once in a while, say yes. Because you don't know what effect that has on the other person as well too, right? If they're wanting to do something for you that's nice, it's okay to say yes. It's okay to indulge them and allow them to have that moment where they feel, hey, you know what? I showed this person love and they accepted it, and I was able to meet this need. It is totally okay for you guys to do that. So guys, that's my word for the night. I hope it made sense. I hope you guys understood what it is I was trying to say. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video. Deuces.